Hello everybody and welcome to Indigo Sky Holistic. My name is Davina Ketson. I'm an intuitive holistic therapist and an energy healer and also an ex-Jehovah's Witness. And that is why you're here watching these videos with me today. So this is the first EFT session. I'm going to do another video that's going to go along with this around exploring some of the emotional aspects and the emotional feelings that come up around what we're going to tap around. But I thought the very first EFT that would be really helpful, I guess, would be to do some tapping about being shunned and rejected by family. I know that this is something that has come up over and over again within the ex-JW communities that I am part of. It's something that regularly comes up in groups and on YouTube videos that I watch from other ex-JWs. It's actually in the news media quite a lot, and there's actually quite a lot of cases against Jehovah's Witnesses going on around the world in different countries to show the emotional and mental harm that comes from having your family and friends and everybody that you've known for your entire life reject you and point blank refuse to have anything to do with you when you've literally done nothing wrong. So when I do these videos, I'm going to jump into the tapping. That's why I'm going to make another little video that's going to explore some of the emotion aspect of what we'll be tapping on. So if this is affecting you, and if you are affected by being rejected, shunned by your family, maybe you're disfellowshipped, maybe you're not disfellowshipped, or whatever it is that they're calling it these days. Maybe you disassociated yourself, maybe it's everybody who's shunning you and rejecting you, maybe it's just immediate family, maybe it's not immediate family and it's just everybody else that you've ever known. The first thing that we're going to do is just take a little moment to feel into how that feels. I know that this is and can be really painful and really hard, and that's the point of EFT. It is actually to just sit for a moment with how you feel and acknowledge it, and to know that it is actually okay to feel like it's horrible to be shunned. It's horrible to be rejected by people who are supposed to love you, by those who raised you, by those who've given you life and given you sustenance and given you everything that you needed in life, right up until the point where you decide that religion is not for me. It's really painful to experience and go through that. And for others, it's the fear of going through that that's really, really tricky, that's really can be really challenging to navigate. It might be that you are on your way out, you're fading when you're waiting for the day where you know that they're going to find out that you no longer consider yourself one of them, and you want to preempt the emotions that are going to come up when one day you make that call or you get that text that says, yeah, we've heard that you consider yourself not a Jehovah's Witness anymore, and that's it, we're not going to speak to you again. That's the hard truth that many ex-Jehovah's Witnesses face on a day-to-day basis, or the fear of it, or the fear that if you share who you really are, choices that you're making in your life, maybe you are moving in with a partner, maybe you're going to come out that you're homosexual, maybe you are going to turn around and say you're an energy healer or a witch, and you're waiting for that moment where you feel like that will be the straw that broke the camel's back. Maybe you're just going to share with them what you found out about Jehovah's Witnesses that have made you leave. So as we dive into this EFT is going to be about the feelings around being shunned and rejected, and I will do another one about the fear of being shunned and rejected. So this first one is to support you through being rejected when you have been disfellowshipped or you have left the Jehovah's Witnesses organisation, religion, whatever. When we do EFT, we're very specific. You can check out more about what EFT is and the tapping points by just checking out the video that I will link here, if you don't know what it is. Otherwise, just tap along, follow along, say what I say, or say what's right for you in your circumstances. If it's family that are rejecting you, say family. If it's just friends and everybody else that you've known, and maybe your family or not, maybe your family never were Jehovah's Witnesses, maybe they're welcoming you back whilst all your friends and people are rejecting you. So use your specific situation where you can. If you can, if it's too much of a challenge to get your head around that in the first times that you do this video, then by all means just tap and say what I say. You are responsible for your own well-being and your own energy. So as you do this tapping, take full responsibility for your well-being and your life as you go through this, because that is all that we ever have any control over, is our own selves. And when we support ourselves and nurture ourselves in that way, then we can actually find clarity, peace of mind, neutrality even, because that sometimes is the best way to do. So at the start of EFT, we always like pick a number between 1 and 10 about how deep and painful or how low feeling. I don't like to use words negative and positive for emotions, because there's a good side and a bad side, or there's a high vibe and a low vibe to pretty much every emotion, even those that we might want to feel more of, like happiness. It's good to consider emotions as a journey and as a wave, as a path through our life, feeling in a state of well-being that we want to feel, as opposed to a state of well-being that we don't want to feel. So we're going to pick a number. You're going to think about what you're feeling right now about being rejected, shunned, for having left the Jehovah's Witnesses. Now as an ex-Jehovah's Witness, how are you being treated and how is that making you feel? On a scale of 1 to 10, where 10 is like you really feel like hopeless, there's nothing good in your life, that's it. You actually, maybe you're even considering going back just so that you've got some friends and family, even though you know that it's not for you, and even though you know it's not the truth, and even though you have concerns about the organisation itself, you might even be considering going back. If that's where you are, then that's a 10, I would say. And 1 is where you actually feel really at peace and really happy and content with having been shunned and rejected. And there are some people who get to that point. If you are at that point and you're here on this video, do tap along, because those subconscious beliefs can really get ingrained in us and need that freedom to actually be expressed and felt. Maybe you've moved through all this before in the past, and it's just good to maintain that and keep that and regulate that and stay in that space and be there and be a great, then powerful support for others who are in that state of having just left and having lost everything and everybody. So on that scale of 1 to 10 then, where are you? And as you close your eyes and take a breath in, what emotions are coming up for you about this shunning and rejection by your family? And as you take another breath in, where do you feel it? Is there a part of your body where as you take a breath in, you kind of feel a constriction or a tightening of some part of you as you're breathing in? Or maybe you've actually got a significant pain or discomfort in a part of your body. Where I mention then a number, a body part, or an emotion, you can use your own. You can absolutely say what I say. It's absolutely fine. It will be still be shifting your energy and moving your energy. Highly recommend making sure that you're sat up straight, feet flat on the floor, or if you're like me, sat cross-legged on the floor, that's perfectly fine too. Helps just to keep the energy flowing if you're sat like in a more erect upright position. So here we go then. So we start on the side of the hand like this. Even though I've been totally rejected by my family for choosing to leave the Jehovah's Witnesses, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I'm feeling very, very sad, very hurt and abandoned by my family because I chose to leave Jehovah's Witnesses, I choose to accept who I am right now and honour my feelings. Even though I feel incredibly hurt and lost and lonely for having been rejected by my family, for them shunning me, for my disfellowshipping and leaving, I choose now to know that I am worthy of my own care, my own consideration, and I choose to accept where I am. And I choose to accept where my family are as well. This pain of being shunned, it's overwhelming and it's more than I can take. In these moments where I sit and I feel it, I feel completely rejected by everybody I knew, and all because I left a religious organisation. All because I decided that it wasn't for me anymore. Everybody I know has rejected me, and that hurts. That hurts deep inside. It's more than I can take. I'm so deeply lost and confused and alone and don't know where to turn. But I know I can't go back because I know that it's not right for me. So I'm going to give this a go. This weird tapping thing, to see if I can feel better. Because I don't want to feel lost and alone anymore. I don't want to feel like I've been abandoned. The choice to leave was mine. The choice to reject me is theirs. And I am ready to move on. But that doesn't change the pain, the way that I've been rejected, the way that they have pushed me away. Nobody will speak to me. They won't even acknowledge me in the street. If I ever see them, I need to look away before they look away first. And that feels really painful because these people were my friends. But it wasn't real friendship. And they're just listening to what they're told to do. And maybe that isn't their fault either. Maybe it's nobody's fault. But I get to choose what I do about it. And I would like to find some peace. I'm choosing to find some peace. I'm choosing to allow myself to open up to finding other people in my life. And even though that hurts right now and feels really, really hard right now, This is the place where I know it's right for me. Take a pause there. Take a breath in. And feel into any shifts and changes that you feel around the emotions that you're feeling. And you're changing that number between 1 and 10. And any other places in your body where you might be feeling discomfort, contraction, anything. Maybe it's just tingly sensations that you're suddenly starting to feel somewhere. Just checking in with where you are right now. If your number has gone up significantly, then you might want to go back to that first round of tapping and go through it again. If you bring that number down to sort of middle range between, say, anything lower than 7, then move on and let's do some more tapping. It's painful to be rejected, and I'm scared I'll be rejected for the rest of my life. I don't like the feelings in my stomach and chest, the rejection. I'm scared other people will reject me too. I'm scared that they were right and the world is bad. And I'm even a little bit scared that maybe Satan is a bad, scary demon who's going to destroy the world if I'm not a Jehovah's Witness. But I choose to know that I am safe with my choice. I know it's not the place for me. I know I don't wish to be a Jehovah's Witness anymore. I choose to let the religion go. And I choose to find out who I really am. And the pain of the rejection that I feel from everybody who's ever known me in my life, I choose to allow myself to let them go. There are good people in the world. I know there are good people in the world. I see it all the time. Even though I see a lot of bad stuff in the world too. And bad stuff in the world always reminds me that they told me it was under the devil's control. But I am not under the devil's control. I am not under the devil's control. And neither are the other people who I see around me every day. Most people are actually really nice. And as I let go of those who are rejecting and shunning me, I'm open to the idea that I can allow some of these good people into my life. I can make real friends, new real friends, who won't reject me if I don't like something that they do. Real friends. I am open to finding them. Even replacement family. I don't deserve to be rejected. I don't deserve to be shunned. That is on the people who have shunned me. and I choose to find more joy and happiness in my life. I am open to moving on. I release this pain of being rejected. I'm clearing these patterns now through all of my body, through all of my cells and systems. I choose to release this pain now, to release this rejection and move on. It's their loss, not mine. I choose to know that I can find a better way. And I am open to finding new connections. And I am open to a new path, a new way of being. I am open to more joy, more happiness, and more peace and contentment in my life than ever before. Take a breath in and let it go. Check in with how you're feeling, what you're feeling. Maybe if you're called to write a little bit about what has come up for you in that, it can be really, really beneficial to write it down. If you'd like to join me, I do group EFT sessions generally for like everybody, for the general public. I do group EFT sessions either here in Sower Bridge in West Yorkshire, if you happen to be in the UK, or on Zoom, and they are only £11 per group session. Small groups to keep it small and close and friendly, and to give everybody space to feel heard and seen, if you want to be. And if anything does come up and you feel like you want to reach out for support, if you feel like financially paying for a consultation is not something that's in your means to do at the moment, please do reach out. You can actually book for a free chat, and we'll make sure that my booking for Let's Have a Cuppa Together is always in the links in the description for these videos, because I would love to sit and have a cup of tea, cup of coffee, a drink, a beverage, anything with other ex-Jehovah's Witnesses who've really, really been on this journey and really want to heal and break free and be in a much more calm and aligned and centered way. I do hope that you found some use and benefit from this video. This is the first of the series, so if you have come to this right at the start, then thank you for watching. Please do subscribe to the channel so you can catch up with all the other content that I drop in the general EFT videos, more EFT for ex-Jehovah's Witnesses, and all the other holistic juicy bits that I drop in on my channel too. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all again very soon. Bye.